Hey youth, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to talk about following God into the crazy. As a teenager, you've probably done some pretty crazy stuff. Maybe you tried to parkour off the roof of the garage, or maybe skateboard down a flight of stairs, or maybe you tried to drink a gallon of milk in an hour. Now, I'm not saying you should do any of those things, but the Bible does say that if we're Christians, we can expect to do some crazy things for God. To see what I mean, let's look at the story of Abraham in the Bible. The Lord had said to Abraham, "Leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you." Abraham is an important person in the Bible. I mean, he's the father of the whole Israelite nation that we learn about in the Old Testament. But before that, he was just a regular guy, and God had a command for him. He said to leave everything that he knew, his homeland, his family, his friends, and go to an unknown land. Now, that's pretty crazy to ask someone to do that. But as we see, God promised Abraham some really cool stuff. But first, Abraham had to leave everything that he knew. He had to step out in faith and trust God. Let's see what he did. So Abraham departed as the Lord had instructed, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he left Haran. Abraham obeyed God. He moved his wife and his nephew and went to an unknown land. Did you see how old he was? He was 75 years old. That's like your grandpa grabbing a tent, going out into the middle of nowhere and just camping in the desert indefinitely. And that's what Abraham did. He trusted God and left and went to a foreign land. And we see that God blessed him. God had promised that Abraham would have descendants as numerous as the stars. And that's exactly what happened. He blessed Abraham with a huge family that eventually led to Jesus. But first, he had to step out in faith and trust God. So let's see what this means for us. God wants you to have crazy faith. God wants you to do bold, crazy things for him, just like Abraham did. But what does that mean for us? Well, he might call you to be a missionary in a foreign land, or maybe he'll call you to be a pastor or do campus outreach. Maybe he'll give you an amazing job so that you can use what you earn to build God's kingdom. I don't know what God has in store for you in the future, but that's what makes it even more exciting. And you don't have to wait to be an adult to do crazy things for God. You can do crazy things today. Talk to a friend about Jesus, go on a missions trip, or even serve in your community. Do something that makes you uncomfortable so that you have to completely trust in God. If you trust in God, you will find that you can do crazy things in your life and honor him in unbelievable ways.